Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Kayla and here we love to talk about all things luxury beauty, luxury makeup, high-end beauty and high-end makeup, which as we always say is kind of the same thing, but it makes me feel good to say both luxury and high-end. So anyways, today we are going to be talking about the new Tom Ford Holiday Quad in Naked Pink. This is the inside. If you haven't seen it yet, I apologize for her being a little dirty. So I'm going to do some swatches. I'm going to create this look and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this quad. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, then just keep watching. Okay, so first I'm going to do some swatches and see how well they show up. So first I'm going to swatch this shade up here, which is kind of like a shimmery metallic kind of color. Here is that shade. So that showed up a little bit better than I thought it was gonna show up, but let me go ahead and pick up a little bit more so that y'all can see more opacity. So there's a little bit more. It's almost like a gold champagne-y kind of color. It's really pretty. I mean, the formula feels really, really buttery and smooth. And I feel like, you know, you could continue building it up and it would still stay that way. So next I'm gonna go in and swatch this shade right here, which is a matte. Here is that matte shade. This is the only matte in the palette. So as you can see, it's really, really light. So I'm gonna pick up some more and show y'all another swatch on top of that one. I mean, that's 2 coats. It's extremely light. Let me go ahead and do 3 just so y'all can see. So there is 3 coats of that matte shade. So next I'm gonna swatch this shade right here, which is that celestial kind of topper shade. Here is that one. It's very light, but it is very, very pretty. So I'm gonna pick up a little more and do another swatch just so you can kind of see it built up. So here is 2 coats of that celestial shade. It's almost like a pinky rose gold kind of situation. It is really pretty and like very minimal fallout. So last I'm gonna swatch this shade. Whoops, am I pointing the right thing? Yeah, this shade right here, which is also a metallic. Here's that last shade. Kind of a coppery leaning pink kind of color. Again, it's very buttery and very smooth. Let me pick up a little bit more so I can show y'all a little bit more opacity. So there you go. So there's all 4 of the shades. As you can see, I mean, they're all pretty light, even built up, but I mean, it shows up on my skin tone. Do I think it'll show up on deeper skin tones? Maybe, but I mean, it's gonna be like a super, super light look, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, wipe this off, and I'll be back to create a look. Okay, so I already have primer on my eyelids. So first I'm gonna go into this matte shade right here with a BK Beauty number 201, and I'm just gonna put that all over my lid to kind of set it. So as you can see, didn't really add any color, so that was like a nice base shade for me. Now when I go back in to kind of blend later, I think that I might use this as like a blending shade, because I mean, I guess there's like a tiny little bit of color, but not much. So I'm gonna go set the other eye and I'll be back. Okay, so I put that shade all over this eye. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this shade down here with a Wayne Goss number 17 brush. And I'm just gonna kind of like, I think I'm just gonna work it all over my lid, into my crease, just kind of like an all over shade. So as you can see, that is like, that is the deepest shade in the palette. And I mean, it's still very, very light. I just wanted y'all to see that one initial coat. I am gonna go in with more because I wanna deepen it up, but that is just one light dusting of the deepest shade. So that is that deepest shade. I really just put it, as you can see, all over my eyelid. I kind of added just a tiny, tiny little bit more here in the outer corner. And I probably, after I finish the eye look, will go in and add just a little bit more just to create as much depth as I can with this light palette. So next, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into this shade right here, just with my finger and kind of tap it on my lid. So that is 3 layers of that shade. It's very pretty, but it is very, very light. So I'm gonna go back in with this Wayne Goss number 17 to just kind of buff that out in my crease, like that. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of this deepest shade and add it to that outer corner. Just like that. Last but not least, I do want to use this Celestial shade, and I'm just going to tap that on my lid over where I put this color. So there's that Celestial shade. I mean, I really didn't have any fallout from it. Let me add another layer just so you can see it really pop. So there we go. That's 2 layers of the Celestial shade. It's a beautiful palette, y'all. It is. It is just very, very light. Let me take this brush again and just kind of buff out where I got too much of that on my lid. It's just very light. And I mean, this is as dramatic as you're gonna be able to go with it, which is pretty. I mean, especially for every day. So I am gonna go finish this eye, which I don't know why I didn't do this eye while I was doing this one, and finish up my face, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished look. So really all I did was drag that deepest shade in the palette underneath my eyes, and that was it. I mean, obviously I added the rest of my face. Final thoughts, y'all. Okay, so I will say that I only own 2 other Tom Ford quads. I own Nude Dip and the Honeymoon quad. So I don't want to say like, oh, this is speaking for all of Tom Ford quads, yada, yada, yada. Y'all get my point. I'm not speaking for all of the quads. I absolutely love Nude Dip and I love Honeymoon, and I like this one. Do I think that if you're looking for something dramatic, it's gonna work? No, like this is probably as dramatic as you're gonna get with it. But for somebody who's my skin tone, not much deeper, because I don't think this is gonna show up on somebody that's much deeper than myself. But if you're my skin tone or a little bit deeper and you're looking for something that's like super quick, just slap it on and go and just have a very natural, pretty look, then I think this is great. Really, really great for that. I just don't think it's great for something dramatic. I do think that all of the shades in this palette are Tom Ford quality. I mean, they're very buttery, they're very smooth, they're easy to work with. I had very, very minimal fallout from that Celestial shade. So, I mean, the quality's great. Now, down to the price. Do I think that this is $88 worth? No. Okay, you have these shades. If you're a makeup lover, you have these shades somewhere else in your collection. They're not innovative or new kind of shades by any means. So I don't think that it's worth the money, but I mean, if you can get this on sale and these are shades that you're literally gonna use like every single day, then yeah, like go ahead and pick it up. And even if you wanted to pay full price for it because it's shades that you're gonna use up like completely, then yeah, go for it. But as a makeup lover, as a makeup collector, I definitely have these in my collection, and I definitely have these shades to where it's more pigmented and more vibrant. But I do like this. I am glad that I picked it up. I mean, this is a very pretty look, I think, but I like to do dramatic looks. I like things that have more pigment. Will I be reaching for this? Yes, I already have. I've actually had this for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to do a review for it yet. And I have been reaching for it for every day because it's easy. So do I recommend it? It depends on your preference and how much you think you're gonna use it. I don't recommend it for deeper skin tones because this is not gonna show up. I mean, it might, but it's not worth it. Pick up another one of his quads, like the Nude Dip or the Honeymoon, to get that color payoff. Just not this one, okay? But if it's what you're going for, like I said, it depends. I kind of recommend it, but I kind of don't. You can make your own judgment on this one based on, you know, what I've said. There's plenty of other reviews out there on it. Just think about it before you buy it, okay? I also want to give a shout out to this lip that I'm wearing. I didn't do a review on this, but I did pick up the new Hermes lipstick for the holiday collection. It's in the shade Orange Brule. Y'all, look at this beautiful lipstick. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with it. This was I purchased this along with another one of their shades, the Rose Insane. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll pop the name right here. These were my first two Hermes lipsticks, and oh my goodness. I mean, clearly, like, look at this shade. It's beautiful. So I just wanted to give a special little shout out to that. So anyways, y'all, let me know in the comments down below, did you pick up this Tom Ford quad? If so, what did you think about it? Also, if you're not following me over on Instagram, it's at beautybykaylak. I'd love to see you over there. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of our little fam here on YouTube. And again, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.